Welcome back, Limitless Barbershop Podcast. Today, I got a friend of mine, Mr. Miguel Angel, the owner of Cilantro Mexican restaurant in Dundee. He's a DJ, amongst other things. He actually DJ'd my wedding 15 years ago. And present to you this guy.
Hey, man.
Oh, my bad, going the wrong way. Mr. Angel, so tell him a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro. This is exciting. First of all, I wanna thank you for the opportunity to come on here today. Just talk a little bit. I feel like with podcasts and I mean our lives in general, like I'm also going to the podcast kind of direction as well. Cool. And I feel like us here today means a lot. Like I definitely appreciate that because I feel like we've been on two journeys and it's almost like two ships leaving the bay, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
sure.
Going through war, going through life, going through fatherhood, entrepreneurship, and just owning businesses and just living through life. And almost like today, coming back and like just telling our stories, I feel like that's very powerful. And I think that we can get something both out of this. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we've been through a lot. I've known you for many years, man. I'm just excited to like just touch base with you and see like how things are, going in your business. And to see how they can relate to mine, because I feel like entrepreneurship sometimes, and just being in life, you go through shit and you like think that you're the only one going through it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you're the only person that's like having tough times with business or having a hard time like getting your daughter to brush her teeth every night or something like that, or bad relationships or just different things in life that come across.
Yeah,
it was feel alone. So.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the opportunity. When I seen your pod, I've been following you for a while, but
Appreciate you.
The social media stuff, it keeps you connected, but also it keeps you so disconnected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. It's like me and you, good friends for years and years, but I haven't talked to you in a long time. I haven't seen you since you moved out from around here and you got your place down there.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something first.
Basically, we're just going to be catching up live.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know really a whole lot what you got going on. I know a little bit from, social media and whatnot.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, first of all, I was going to say, I don't let no one touch my head but you, brother. Just so you know.
It's been that long.
So I'll tell you, I'm sure you remember, but I met you in 2005 when you first started the barbershop.
Yeah, since day one.
Yep. And I was DJing. I've been in DJ for many years. And the crazy thing is, you cut my hair from 2005 up into 2015. So it's 10 years solid.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only person to this day, actually, no one else has cut my hair but you.
Yep. Bald fade, half on top.
Right. That's it. But let me tell you, the reason why I went to, I started cutting my own hair was I was always so busy to come into the shop.
You're shaving the bald.
Shaving the bald, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my hairs grew out is because I've been busy to cut my own hair. So I do cut my own hair right now, actually.
Yeah.
Like I just pretty buzz it up and then we do a straight blade on it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is the fact that it's been a long, long time since I cut your hair. In my head, I thought to myself that you went bald.
I did.
No, I'm saying like.
I was balding.
Like
no, it still comes in, bro.
No, I thought you went bald and you stopped coming. But I remember the story now. You ended up moving away and you were shaving it bald. You weren't getting the fade anymore. Well, okay, because I was thinking the Angel went bald, but nah, man, you still got it going on.
So what happened was I was camping. I started camping in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know the exact year. And I was like, man. Jen was like, you got to call, go get a fade, because Jen always like when I had a haircut and stuff, and I'm like, I don't have time. Like we leave for camping in literally in like a day and a half, and like just like anything else in business, it takes time to come in here, and then you got all the knuckleheads telling their stories, and it's fun. I love the experience in the barbershop, but for me at that time, even to this day, like I just don't have time for barbershops.
Yeah, it's a different situation nowadays because back then, you come in and you wait. Walk-ins only. Now it's appointment. When you walk in, you might not be right on time, but you're next. You ain't gonna stay here for 3-4 hours.
Well, back in the day though, it was like first come first. Dude, I was here like 8:00 in the morning. Like, hey Jay, you got me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was when I started camping, I remember I hit you up and I felt so bad, dude. I was like, hey bro, I'm like, don't hate me, but I just bicked my head.
I remember that day.
And you were like, you what? I was like, yeah, I just bicked it. He's like, you just shaved it? I'm like, yeah, I just shaved it. I said, but I feel like I'm going to run this for a little bit and see where it goes. I literally like never went back to a barbershop.
Never.
Since coming here, yeah. So I've been bicking my own head, in the shower 15 minutes. But like here, this is probably like a good 30-minute job for me.
Well, I will say this. Some people that go bald, like there's been 2 clients that came in the last like month. Both these guys, I've been cutting their hair for years and years, and they're just holding on for their dear lives.
Yeah,
you know, because it's like
this boy
comb over, and they
steak.
both came in. They don't even know each other. I was like, you guys know each other or something? They both come and said, today's the day. And I shaved their head bald, and they both have a perfectly shaped head for it.
Yeah.
You actually have a good head for it too.
Yeah. I got a little fat head, but you know.
Yeah, but it's still round. You know, if I have to shave my head, man, people ain't gonna want to come around me.
Yeah.
I'm not very inviting looking at all.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I love the stories coming in here, and I always felt like we had a solid connection because
Always.
you know, one thing I never told you is that like I had mad respect from you because I seen your journey, you know, from a young cat just starting off and like just your craft, bro.
Appreciate it.
Like you know your craftsmanship and like just the passion you put into it, and really just taking a risk on yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Lot of times these guys they're running around from all these other barbershops back in the day. We weren't talking barber like Lupe is also. These guys were running from shop to shop. You know what I'm saying? But you took a risk on yourself, bro. And I was like, you know, this guy, dude, he's a boss, bro. Like you always had that like that swagness to you, and like you remind me of my brother. My brother always had like that swag. You like my brother. How old are you?
41 now.
Okay, so my brother is 10 years older than you.
Okay.
But when I had met you, you reminded me of my brother when he was like your age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think we just kind of connected right away. And after that, I was like, dude, I got mad respect for this guy, bro.
Yeah,
like just
appreciate you.
going in there, having your own. Dude, you were the first dude I actually knew that had like your own commercial space, that had like a whole lease going. And I'm like, my man's doing big shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud of you, bro. See, especially when you change the name and everything to Luminous, it means it's not just J Styles no more, bro. Like you expanded from there. You know what I'm saying?
I rebranded probably like 6 years ago now. People ask me why I did it. A part of me misses J Styles, the name, but I was young, 22 years old when I first got here, and I just came from the hood. Yeah. And, you know, it was, that name was connected to a different type of J.
It's different J,
you know?
yeah.
And a lot of people won't understand that when I tell them, talk about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But I rebranded for that reason. Yeah. We're going to another direction and doing appointments and a lot more professional.
Yeah.
Back then, you know, J Styles come in. We're all up in here, 7, 8, 9 teeth. You know, we're all up in here hanging out.
Hell yeah, bro.
Probably smoking cigarettes in here. And, you know, we were just doing what we do back then. And it was just like a start of a new beginning.
Right, for sure. Yep. And I just seen the growth. And I've always looked up to you for that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate
because
it.
like a lot of people, you know, they just define success in different levels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for you to do that, like I was like, dude, this guy's doing it, bro. And I always want to have a commercial space of my own. And I've always like dreamed of like really, you know, giving that my own.
Now you do.
And now I do. Yeah.
Yep.
So
and we're gonna go ahead and talk about your restaurant.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I was gonna ask you today where you got that name from, but now I know because I watched that podcast.
Okay.
Cilantro.
Yeah.
That's your family. That's what they called your grandpa.
Yeah, my grandfather. Yeah.
Was that his last name or that was his nickname?
No. So okay, well, let's go back a little bit. So I started in the restaurant industry when I was 8 years old. Mm-hmm. My father owned Los Baristas in Detroit.
Definitely going to go into that.
Yeah. So he owned Los Baristas off of Springwells and Werner. They were there for about, I want to say 30 plus years, 31 or so. Mm-hmm. We sold in 2005. So during the time when I met you, there was a lot of happening in my life. You know what I mean? And I was just trying to find my way, and like I was really just done with the restaurant. I didn't want to smell like tacos no more, food, bro. Yeah. But like since I was a kid, I've always been exposed to it. Mm-hmm. I've always been in that environment, and I always like wanted my own restaurant. Like that was my biggest goal. It was like, oh man, this would be sweet to have my own restaurant and like to cook and stuff, you know. Yeah. So as we go through there, you know, I worked for my father until the last day he sold in 2005. Mm-hmm. So I bust tables there. I was. Did
I meet you there?
No, but I was probably. I mean, I lived there.
I've seen you there all the time.
But yeah, for sure. But a lot of people connect my dad's food to there because everyone knew who Los Baristas was with the mariachi and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I ended up leaving there in 2005. At this time, I started my own DJ business. So I've been DJing since 2001.
Okay.
So that would be about, I don't know how many years now, but started 2001, right out of high school. Started just spinning records, bro. Not records, but CDs and stuff that we were doing back in the day.
Yeah.
And just
the
rocking
ones and twos.
On the ones and twos, baby. And like I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I fell in love with just rocking parties and like just bringing that energy and like just having that control. Because I always consider myself an artist, I feel like I always have to find a way to express my art, my creativity, my uniqueness. And at the time, music was the way to do it. And to this day, I still DJ.
Well, DJing is one of the 5 elements of hip hop.
Yeah.
Am I right?
For sure, yeah.
Breakdancing, DJing, graffiti.
Mhm.
I forget the other 2, but yeah, most definitely.
And back in the day, bro, like no one knew like Spanish music or Latin music or mariachi, cumbia, rancheras, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when I was 14 years old, I actually went to Mexico to live with my grandmother. That's how I learned Spanish, bro. So I was born and raised in Detroit.
Yeah.
From there, we moved to Dearborn, and then right when we moved into Dearborn, my mom got us into a little, better living conditions over there. And we end up, I ended up moving to Mexico when I was 14, so going into 7th grade. So I went there from 7th grade and through the summer. So I was there about 18 months. Dude, I didn't know nothing. This just speaks, like, this is crazy to me to, like, actually go back and think about. Like, I went to this country that I didn't know the language.
Yeah.
I didn't know nobody. Like, I knew my grandmother, but she's like 75, 80 years old. I knew my cousin. That's it, bro. So I literally navigated through those unknown terrains.
Yeah. How long did you live there for?
18 months, year and a half.
And you learned Spanish.
I learned Spanish there, learned the culture, learned the food, I loved it. It was like, it was like something that like I needed to experience, and like actually still goes back to what I'm doing now, back many years ago,
Yeah, so if you didn't go to Mexico, you would have never found out the history of why they called your grandfather Cilantro, right?
Right.
So
I'll
what was
tell you
that about? Go ahead. I heard it, but I want you to tell.
Yeah, so I'll tell the story. So
these
like
guys.
when I was down in Mexico, I was there about 6 months, and I had a really good friend named Francisco, and his dad owned a little taco shop, little taqueria. Right? All they sold was steak tacos and like tacos de cabeza, like just suadero, all that other stuff. Very simple menu. Tomatillo, all your standard tacos, right? Salsa de tomatillo, onion, cilantro, boom, lime, call it a day. So when the La Fiestas came, this is like the big celebration they have every year. I asked my grandma, hey grandma, can I get a job over there? My man needs a taquero. She said, I'll call your dad. My dad's all about work, bro. My dad's all about work ethic. He's always instilled in me.
Dad.
He's always going to push me. He always pushes me like to like really, work, because that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm working this taco place, and this guy walks in. And he's like, "Hey, who are you?" And I was like, "Oh, my name's Miguel." Miguel qué? Miguel qué? I'm like, "Oh, Miguel Angel." And they're like, "Oh, who's your dad? Who's your dad?" And I was told him who my dad was and everything. And he's like, "Oh, eres un cilantro." And I was like, He's like, "Cilantro. Tú eres un cilantro." And I'm like, "What does that mean, bro?" So I went home that night, and I asked my grandmother, like, "Hey, they keep calling me cilantro."
Actual last name?
No, it's not last name. They said they called my grandfather cilantro.
Okay, nickname.
Because I found out probably about maybe 10 years ago. Actually, no, when I started my restaurant called Cilantro, I did some research on why they call my grandfather that. Because when he was a young boy, he would go to the markets and he would buy cilantro from this vendor, and they just knew him as cilantro because that's all he bought was cilantro.
Kind of cool name.
Cool name.
So I never heard anyone else.
Yeah.
That.
So
That's
then they just kind of call like my family name over there is cilantro. Oh, eres un cilantro is like you're related to the cilantro and all this other stuff.
Yeah. So if you
so when we fast forward, I started my restaurant in 2000, or I bought a food truck in 2019. I'm thinking of something cool, something different, and cilantro was just kind of stuck out to me.
There's no other one like that.
What's that?
Another restaurant named that? You would think there'd be a bunch of them. That's a sweet
in Chicago,
name.
there's a couple.
Okay, not in Michigan.
Not in Michigan, no.
Yeah, because I know how that works. It's limitless. There's a bunch of them throughout the United States, but there's none here in Michigan. So that's why I was able to take that name.
Yeah. So I named it Cilantro. I bought a food truck in 2019, and just kind of went on the road for that. But let me go back a little bit further, because there's more history that kind of got me where I was at now. You know what I'm saying? So I worked for my father to 2005, and then after I graduated high school, I was pretty much DJing and working for him on the weekends. And then after that restaurant, my dad's restaurant closed, I pretty much just DJ full time, bro. Like I was like just in it. I was DJing like 6 nights a week, just every kind of bar, every kind of club they got me at, doing weddings, quinceañeras, just really trying to find my way, in this. But just like anything entrepreneurship, which I'm sure you've heard before, is like, oh, you got to get a real job, bro. Hey, get a real job,
Especially barbering.
You can't be out there cutting hair. You can't out there spinning records and, going to these clubs. And I'm like, bro, I'm making fat money.
Yeah.
All my equipment's my own. I don't owe, any loans on my equipment, nothing like that. It was all paid for.
Yep.
And you buy a CD, bro. You play the CD how many times? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I was doing something I love, you know what I mean? So that always stuck with me, is like, go get a real job, get a real job, get a real job. So like DJing to me was my passion, and I loved doing what I was doing. But in order for me to, like, I guess, prove success to like my parents, I had to go a little more farther.
Yep.
And for them, like their level of success is going to school, getting your education, getting your degree, and getting getting your college education.
Yeah.
So I graduated high school, and I went right into college. So I went right into Wayne State University. So I went in through Wayne State at the Chicano Boricua study program.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I'm not a student, bro. Like, I never was, never will be.
It's not for me.
It's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me, but I did it. Like, I literally forced myself to do it because I wanted to prove to myself and to like really hit that mark on success. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that success looked at the time, right?
Yeah.
So I pushed my way through college, bro. And just like anything in my life, I figured out that the universities was just a business.
Yeah.
So it's just another business.
Yeah. Of course,
so
everything's a business. The country's a business.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I've been a businessman since I've been 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So like everything I do, from raising a family to from DJing to going to school, it's all business to me. So I figured out the business structure of the school. I found out that there's Pell Grants, things like that. I'm actually Native American as well. So my mother's Native American and my father's Mexican. Okay. So I found a way to like pool some money from Pell Grants, and they're gonna pay me to go to school, and I can go do what I love, DJing.
Yeah. And
I can kind of like balance both. I'm down, bro.
Did you get a degree?
Yeah. So it took me 8 years to graduate university, bro. So I graduated in 2010 from Wayne State University with my bachelor's of management degree. And I thought I made it. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is it. Like, I literally like achieved this. Now the road is paved for me. Now the bricks are gonna be gold. Now I can walk into any kind of corporation, show my book, and be like, there's my job, baby. Boom. There it is. Yep. And that's how the picture's painted for you. Yeah. To be honest with you, I'm here to tell you it's not. It's not the case. It's unfortunately that's not how it works. But that's the picture they paint for you. That's just the picture that society paints on education. Yeah. I'm not saying education is bad, but I'm saying is it's not for everybody. Because I feel like, how much farther along could I have been in the business if I like really stuck to my business and like was really embraced with my entrepreneurship qualities and like my leadership qualities and like what I can do as a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Back to what you said earlier. You said people are saying to get a real job, right? Mm-hmm. Like in barbering and DJing, there's so many people that are just playing around and not taking it seriously. Yeah. They give it a bad image. Yeah. But there's those people out there that are winning in barbering. There's people out there that are winning at a high level in DJing. Yeah, and that was what you were doing, and I guess me as well. Sure. But there's so many people out there that give those type of jobs a bad name. And that's why people said that to you. Like, why don't you get a real job? Plus, like, but I can understand where they come from on that, and I'm sure you can too. Yeah, because of what people see.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that 100%. Mm-hmm. I guess I just know myself more than that. Like, I know that like I pour my heart and energy into everything I do. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I graduated from college in 2010. Within 2 months, I get a job at Verizon Wireless.
I remember that.
Yep. I walk into Verizon Wireless, 3-piece suit on.
You were the man up there.
I was the man, bro.
You were the manager.
It felt good. I was like, this is what success looks like. I forgot about that. Yep. I was there for like when I walked in the door, I had my management degree. So I felt in my head, my little peanut brain of mine, I'm like, well, I should be a manager within 6 months because I got the degree in it. You know, if you think about it, that's like you with the barbershop, right? So you got your barber license and you're going to tell yourself, well, I can have my own barbershop in 6 months. And people are like, I've been here for 10 years and I am not even a manager yet, or I don't have my barbershop. At the end of the day, you ain't who I am, though. Because once again, I look at everything as small business. So when I got into Verizon Wireless and they told me that I couldn't be a manager in 6 months, I said, well, what's the timeline look like? They're like, at least 5 years. I said, yeah, that's 5 years being a manager in this boy. Mm-hmm. I said, I'll get it done in 18 months. And they're like, okay. I'm like, watch me. Yeah. Then I was very strategic what I got going on, really, really understood the business. And like really start going to interviews and stuff, and like trying to like put myself out there to set myself apart. With anything, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Here's where like the story really fucked me up though. When I go into my second interview to be a manager at Verizon, they literally didn't even look at my resume or my degree, and they're like, "Your degree don't matter here." And I'm like, man, I got 10 years under my belt trying to work, get my degree and everything else. And the management degree don't count for nothing because they want experience.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, well, duh. Why would they hire me as a manager, right? When I don't even have 10 years experience like this other cat does that doesn't have a degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now you're doing your own thing. You're your own boss.
Now they leveled me up on the playing field.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, now I really got to set myself apart. Now I really got to go even harder than the next guy to like get into that management spot.
Yeah.
So
now, there's something I always wanted to ask you. I hate to cut you off on that
that's
one.
fine.
But there's something that I always wanted to ask you since the day I met you. And I'm going to ask you today.
Yeah.
All right. Las Prisas Mexican restaurant is a very like big thing in my family because I live right down the street. I lived on Norman Street. Las Prisas was right there on Werner by Lawndale, right? So we ate there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a time where I ate so many I was eating Mexican sandwiches like Tic Tacs, bro. Like, back in the day, man. And I want to know like how that got started. Your dad, how did he start that restaurant and the whole like story? I want to know like what, why he shut down. Yeah. When he shut down, I really forgot. But when it was on Facebook, there's a page called like I Love Southwest Detroit or Everything Southwest Detroit. Mm-hmm. And somebody put up, it was a couple months back, which Mexican restaurant has the best Mexican sandwich? And right away, I'm like, Las Prisas, man. Everybody said Las Prisas. Everybody. Right, yeah. And that's that restaurant, man. Like they always had mariachis there and stuff like that. We go there every weekend. How did that start? How did you get the name? How did it start? And, how did you get into that business? Just tell me a little bit about that, because that's very important.
My father, he was probably one of the like, top 5 restaurants in Mexican Town at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, bro, like, there was not like, you go there now, there's
Xochimilco's
40. There was Xochimilco's,
Mexican Town,
not
Los Galanes.
No, not Los Galanes. El Rancho.
Yep.
My dad.
Armando's.
And
Las Prisas.
That's pretty much it right there.
That's it.
The 5 within that mile.
And they had the first taqueria, which is Lupita's right there.
The first one that came
out. And that's it.
After
that, there wasn't a bunch.
And it was probably good, maybe like 5-6 years, maybe even 10. I'm not sure the timeline, but my father actually used to make food out of his car. So he had like a 1980, I would say like 1975, 1980 old school blue station wagon. I remember. And he would make like pots of food. And he would go to like sell food at Chrysler, and he would go sell food out of his house. He lived off of Watermelon and 4th Street.
Okay.
He had a small little apartment upstairs, and people literally would come there, and they would eat, menudo and things like that, right in his kitchen, bro. I remember as a kid, like helping him out, things like that, washing pots and helping him in there.
Yeah.
And then he also bartended as well. Bro. So he was a bartender, and he has a little space going.
I've only found one Mexican sandwich. It's not as good. There will be nothing compared to your dad's Mexican sandwich. Right. I don't care who got what. But Angelina's in Wyandotte, they have a good one.
Yeah.
It's not as good as your dad's.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, what did he do in that damn Mexican sandwich to make it just destroy every other Mexican sandwich? Like, there's something there that I've always wanted to know.
Yeah. It's going to be the chunky beef.
The chunky beef?
Yeah.
Is there certain... I know you can't put that out there. Here, I wouldn't ask you to, but is there something like a certain spice or something like that?
It's really timing, bro.
Because
with
and the tenderness of the meat.
It's not rushing the process.
Yeah.
When it comes down to like cooking that big pot of chunky beef, you pretty much it's take about 4 hours, bro.
Because I'm thinking like.
So you take your time with it. There's no rush. And honestly, you know what's gonna? I'll tell you what. My dad put a lot of love in the food that he made, bro. Period.
Oh, for sure, man.
Come on, dude. You see it all the time when you go to these restaurants. You see someone who don't want to be there. Yeah. Their food is nasty.
Well,
you have someone put love into it. It's gonna turn out amazing. My dad loves food. My dad's been cooking for people for many years. You know what I mean?
He still does. You said catering still.
Yeah, he's doing catering and everything. And when I opened up my joint. We spent like a good 2 days, 3 days together coming up with my menu. I pretty much took my menu and made it like took Las Brisas' menu and just made it my own.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And my dad sat down and gave me all his recipes. We walked through everything. Yeah. He told me how he did stuff, things like that. But that was really something that like got me started, back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he went from long story short, he got into business with his brother and another business partner.
Okay.
And I think they started, like I said, it was 1987. They started on Easter Sunday. It was an old pizzeria They closed down his pizzeria, Sammy's Pizzeria.
Sammy's.
Yep,
I always
Sammy's.
hear about that.
Yep, and then
From
they opened up as Las Brisas.
Yeah.
And Las Brisas, there was not too much significance behind it, from what he tells me. It actually means like waterfalls or something like that.
Yeah.
So when I started my food truck, like I said, I wanted to almost take a spin off of what he was doing, because I thought about it. I was like, dude, this guy was killing in the 90s. There's no reason why I can't get on board with it. And like,
The place was always packed.
it was something I knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I knew business, and I knew how to market and how to run business, and how to engage on a corporate level with a lot of things, since I worked for Verizon Wireless for about 8 years.
Yep.
And I just took his recipes and kind of like made a collab on it.
Yeah. To this day, when it comes to Mexican restaurants, I spent the most time in that restaurant. I've been there the most,
Right.
you know, because it was right down the street, and my family, we always go there all the time.
As far as the reason they closed, 2005,
Yeah, that was what I wanted to ask.
there was just an offer on a table from a local business guy that, plus I think at this time they were like,
Time to roll.
dude, the money was there, and they were like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
That's how it looked. They're like, I mean, we had a conversation. I remember he's like, well, what do you think I should? I mean, dude, honestly, you don't know when they're going to put that offer on the table again, bro.
Yeah. I totally forgot that used to be Sammy's Pizzeria. That's before my time, but my parents, that was the hangout for all the teenagers back in the day. And they used to have like pinball machines and shit in there, you know, like the 70s movies. Like,
I don't remember that either. Of course,
of course, but I always hear that.
like
But I
4 or
totally
5,
forgot, because when we'd be up in there, they would tell me about it. Like, we used to hang out in here all the time when we were kids. Yeah. So
yeah, they sold in 2005, and we literally left and went to Mexico for about a month.
Yeah.
And then came back, and I started my own stuff, bro.
Let me ask you this: when it comes down to, like, because I know people on the weekends, people go up there, get drunk, get fucked up, party and stuff like that. It's in Southwest Detroit by Lawndale and Verner. What's a crazy? Do you ever remember something that's unique, like maybe a crazy ass fucking fight, or did anybody pull out any scraps up in there? When it comes down to that, it's something that sticks to your mind.
The thing with my dad's restaurant, bro, he kept it very family oriented.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was really curious.
I feel like we didn't have a lot of riffraff bullshit, because like my dad, like they were literally there to have a good time, and that's like I take that in what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually about to switch over to the bar scene a little more, and get away from the Mexican food a little bit.
Your liquor license.
Yeah, I have my liquor license as of 2 years ago. But
I remember you put it on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm kind of going away. I'm kind of doing it my way now. So I actually just about to launch in the next the 10th today, next week and a half. I'm about to launch. It's called Cilantro Off the Rails.
Off the rails.
Yep. So I pretty much am taking the food truck industry and putting food trucks inside of my restaurant.
Okay.
So you'll be able to go there and get different types of food. So I actually put food trucks in the restaurant. Like it looks like a food truck.
Oh,
so I have 2 windows, but indoors.
Okay.
So I have a whole DJ booth, because I love music, bro, and I love to have a good time. And I feel with me and my business, like I bring energy to the table, and that's something you can't buy, you can't reproduce, and you can't really like sell, but you can. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it.
Yeah. So you're gonna be throwing DJ in there and all your passions
we're
into one.
We're gonna do like a lot of trivia, music bingo, just different fun stuff, bro. Like family oriented. Like I'm done 11 o'clock. We're not gonna be going crazy, things like that.
I'll go for that, man. I love that. They play Name That Tune over here at this bar. They just open up. And hey, anybody wants to challenge me and name that tune, let me know. I'll bust someone's ass. People are like, how do you know that? You know what I mean? Like I could do 70s rock.
Yeah.
Hey, classic country, Frank Sinatra era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love music,
here goes the thing, man. It's a gift of mine. But then I'm like, why couldn't I had a gift in something that'll make me money? Like, freaking, why can't I be good at math?
You get a gift card for a free meal or something, you know?
Yeah, right. Because I played it not long ago at this bar, and I really had a good time at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let me know when you do that. We'll go.
That's just fun. That's like in fun environment that I'm trying to bring to where I'm doing.
Yep.
And I literally have this idea of doing like a destination place.
Yep.
So back to Verizon. So I worked from Verizon Wireless from 2010 to 2017.
Okay.
And during that time, I still DJed and I just ran my business. So I actually got promoted to Verizon. I ran 2 locations over there. I really understood like the corporate world. Mm-hmm. I had like 25 employees at one time. Like I really climbed the ladder up at Verizon, and like it was it was a good time in the industry because if you think about it, that's when cell phones were coming out. There was money there to be made. Also, just like how quick things grew and how quick things changed.
And you learn things there, so you could
take it right into my own business.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So you don't regret that for sure.
No, I don't regret it at all because it really taught me like how to run a profitable business, how to engage with employees, how to build teams, how to grow, and like how to fall, how to fail, customer service, escalations, piss off customers, things like that. Yep. So in 2017, I took a leap of faith in myself, and I was like, you know, it's time to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I ended up moving out to Monroe County, and Monroe County, I ended up buying a 5-acre farm out there.
Yeah, I seen you on the John Deere.
Yeah, I got the John Deere. But I started this. I had this barn venue idea in my head. I've been listening to some of your podcasts. You talk about visualization and manifestation.
Yes, sir.
Like those are things that I've done, bro. Like one thing that links us together, and I'm not sure if you remember this, but we always talk about Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Do you remember Grant Cardone?
I brought him up in that last podcast.
Yeah. So like me and you like always talk about like his success, things like that. Mm-hmm. He's went off the chains a little bit, but like that's the one thing that like I want to do these podcasts to like really not to sit here and boast about myself or like, oh, I'm the fucking man, this and that. It's more to show our journey, what we've been along, to really inspire people that they can do it themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because everything I've done, bro, I've been told I can't do. You know what I'm saying? Even by family members, by my friends, just people in general, like, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. So like I'm out to prove them wrong, and also it fuels my fire to like get shit done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had this this idea in my head to buy this because I was a DJ, right? And my wife was a photographer. So she would take pictures and I would DJ, and I'm like, hey, let's go out and buy a photo booth and let's go see if we can get ourselves a barn and like have a whole barn venue.
Yeah, that's big now. A lot of people want to get married in barns and shit.
So I took my whole 401k savings at Verizon, and I just took a chance on myself. I bought this property and I moved to Monroe County, and I got the project completely done. Yep. But it added a lot. The time wasn't right for launch on it. There's a lot of zoning things that need to get done on there. So I went back to the drawing board and I said to myself, I'm like, dude, okay, what do I need to get this project off the ground? And it all came down to connections, bro. You need connections to move in this world.
Of course.
Because like, no, life is like a big ass game board, like right here. Yep. And we get from here to here, you gotta have connections and like Monopoly, people, wake and up every morning. You gotta make the move, and you gotta do things like that. So I said, how can I make connections here in Monroe County? Yeah. So what I did was, for 2 years I was self-employed. I actually worked for Home Depot as well, and I did a couple other hustles, like my DJ hustle, and I went back to Verizon because it was. Did you? Yeah, I went back to Verizon and I started working in Monroe County. So I'm sitting there, and now this is about 2019. So I'm there for about 2 years back at Verizon, and then I was like, I'm gonna get back into the food industry. Because like I love,
it's calling your name.
It's calling my name. It was just meant to be. So
there's not a lot of competition out there. It's not. Am I right?
Bro, the market now there's a lot of people moving out that way. Yeah. Like in the last 6 months, there's been like 3-4 more restaurants that are popping up that are from downriver.
What's that place down there in Rockwood? They closed. They had that really bomb ass. Let me think. No, not Panchos. Oh, Tres Hermanos.
Tres Hermanos, yeah,
they closed. Yeah. But a lady that goes to my church, it's my wife's friend. She had a restaurant over there in Riverview, and I guess they just changed their location, so they bought that building.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, did you know anything about that? No? Okay, yeah. No. But that place was there for a long time, too.
Yeah.
They had chicken fajitas. That's what they're famous for, yeah.
Okay. Well, when I started looking around at restaurants, it was a huge investment. I mean, because you got to really build out a whole kitchen and everything. So I was still working at Verizon, looking at restaurants on the weekends. My manager knew this, and he was like, he knew once I found something, I was dipping because he knows how I was. I'm a risk taker, bro, and I feel like I want to do it my way now. Yeah. And he's like, oh, let me know if you find something, because he already knew what was up. So I ended up falling into a food truck, a food trailer.
Yeah, I remember you had that.
It was a trailer, and the guy wanted a good price for it. So I literally bought that on June 1st of 2019, and I named it Cilantro Real Mexican Food. That's what we named it. And then I pretty much put my 2-week notice in at Verizon. And I just hit the road, bro. For one solid year, I was everywhere, just taking this food
I
truck.
missed you that day. Remember when I called you?
Oh yeah.
Someone told me your boy's over here. So I called you up. You're like, yeah, I'll be here just for a little, a couple more hours.
Yeah.
And then I got over there, man, and you were like, I just left. I was pissed because you would have made me a Mexican sandwich that day, no?
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing. Like, so I took, once again, what I said, I took my dad's menu and I plugged it into cilantro, right? All the Mexican, I would do Mexican sandwiches, flautas, chimichangas, burritos, fajitas, carne asada, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I did that for 1 year. And I called it the cilantro tour. And what I was trying to do was really just trying to just hit every town, every event I could. Mm-hmm. So when 2020 came around in June, COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, that it actually put me in a spot where I'm a food truck, baby. You know what I'm saying? So like I can move around anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And like I had people coming up to me. Like I didn't have a sit down, nothing like that. So like
it was no other restaurants.
There's no other restaurants open, dude. I was hitting it all whatever I could do.
Never thought about that.
Yeah. So when that happened, the guy that was we had something called commissaries, and what they are, it's like a licensed kitchen that you work out of. So my licensed kitchen was in Dundee. So I moved to Monroe County, and then in Dundee, which is by Cabela's over there, it's about 10 minutes from Monroe. I had a little commercial kitchen that I was cooking out of.
Okay.
So I cook in my commercial kitchen. I load my food truck up, my food trailer, and I just go.
Yeah.
So the guy that I was working with, he decided he wanted to retire. So he's like, I don't want to do this COVID bullshit. You want to take the restaurant over? The price is right. I'm like, bet. So on June 1st, 2020, I launched Cilantro. I dropped the real Mexican food part, and I just did cilantro.
Yeah.
And then I really expanded my menu there. I got into some breakfast stuff because the guy was there before. He had breakfast going from American breakfast. Mm-hmm. So I took his American breakfast. I plugged in some chorizo and eggs and all our Southwest Detroit stuff, huevos rancheros and all other stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I took my dad's menu. I just kind of did a collabo on it, and then I launched it. And we were there. I mean, we had cilantro going still going, but we did that for about 2.5 years, just rocking it up, bro.
Yeah. So you weren't even a restaurant when the whole COVID thing happened. You had your food truck.
Yeah. But when COVID hit on June 1st, I got the restaurant. So I took over like mid-COVID.
All right.
Yep.
Was that place a restaurant before?
It was a restaurant before.
What kind of restaurant?
American food.
Oh, yeah?
American breakfast, sandwiches, grinders, things like that.
All right. So like what type of tacos? You guys have like taqueria style tacos?
No, see, my dad,
or just regular tacos?
There's the thing. Tacos is such a generic term, you know what I mean? Like there can be any kind of tacos, you know? Yeah. If you get a chance, go on Netflix and look up Taco Chronicles. Yeah. And you'll see like, damn, there's so many types of tacos.
Taco truck documentary?
It's something like that. Okay. But it's just different types of tacos they offer. Right. My style, I would say, is more like sit down kind of style. Mm-hmm. When I did launch, we do have like, we call them taco mexicanos, street tacos. Mm-hmm. It would be like chicken, beef, or pork. Mm-hmm. And we do more like suadero style. So what it is if you want to know the fucking, here's the secret. You ready? So what I did was I took my dad's hisala recipe that he was banging on the chunky beef, and I pretty much made it a suadero with the same recipe. Okay. So do you know what suadero is? Yeah. It's pretty much like a little more softer beef.
Yeah, like my favorite tacos, like they don't even have it at a lot of places, but tripas.
Yeah, see, we don't
like. I love tripas. They're like, what? When I go down that way.
Yeah, plus
I gotta go that way.
You gotta understand, like my market. If I gotta explain what tripas is,
they're not gonna eat it.
They're not gonna eat it.
Like, it's not gonna sell. Like menudo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sell it.
Like if you just give somebody that and don't tell them what it is, they're like, wow, this is really good. Yeah. And then you tell them it's tripe, and they're like, oh, I'm like, man.
In my area,
I love it.
In my area, within like 20-mile radius. I'm sorry, not 20 miles. 10-mile radius. We only have like 3 Mexican restaurants at the time. Okay. So it was
Taco Bell, and cilantro.
Taco Bell. No, my man, Tino Maya. He has a place in Monroe. Okay. It's very good.
There's a lot of Mexicans down there. I heard.
Yeah, there's tons. There's tons. Yeah. Yeah. But the market is a little bit different though. Yeah. So then you have there was another restaurant in Dundee that closed up shop after I kind of moved in, and then there's another small restaurant. But like the market, dude, they want cheese, lettuce, and salsa on their tacos, bro. Mm-hmm. So like that's what we serve. Hey, now we also still have
easy.
We do have this. We do have the street style still. Mm-hmm. Those are the two styles that we offer. Yeah. So we can still do steak tacos and all other stuff and all whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever is going to work for us.
Yeah.
But
you're not going to make, if you're going to put lengua on the freaking menu, people aren't going to get
But once
that
again, it's
there.
not going to sell.
Yeah, that's
It's
that
not
way.
going to sell.
Yeah, of course.
It's just it's a lot of work to get it done, and like it's too much risk for me to sit on product. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like all my income and all my revenue comes from the food truck.
Okay.
The restaurant business is tough, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still rookie in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Like I feel like 4 years under my belt. This will be 4 years I had the restaurant. Last week, I'm still learning a lot about the industry.
Yeah.
But like with COVID and food costs going up, it's just ridiculously expensive.
I thought about that before. I'm like, I don't think I could do a restaurant, man. It's not for everybody.
Plus,
You
you
got
don't
a
sell, you
special
lose.
person to be able to do that, because no matter how good you are, there's going to be somebody that's not going to be happy, even though you gave them the greatest service.
Yeah.
And then you got to worry about reviews, and it's just
Pain.
restaurant is hard because it's hard to please everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
And in my case, since all my revenue came from the food truck, the food trailer, where do you think I'm going to spend my time at, bro? As a business owner.
yeah, of
on
course,
the food truck.
whatever, if it makes sense.
So
it makes
like I
sense.
literally set up shop. I set up Cilantro, set up the menu, set up everything. I literally set it all up from start to finish. I staffed it.
Mhm.
I had about 12 employees working over there. Everything's going smooth, bro. Everything's operating.
Live music.
We do live music as
Yeah.
well. Yep.
Okay.
And
Any
then
bands?
no bands. Just
That's what I
kinda-
meant by that. Like, you know how Las
Yeah.
Brisas, you guys had bands and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Once again, it's they want a lot of money, and like right now, it's just not worth the investment. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up doing that for about 2 years. So from 2020, I would say 2022, it was going good, bro. Like it was just maintaining itself and just kind of keeping it afloat. Then, my wife passed away in September
Yes.
of 2022. And that just like a whole storm, everything changes in your life. And,
Yeah, I remember.
I took on another business, Angel Inc. I call it, being a father, so like
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters that I
Three daughters.
raise, and my focus really had to come off my business to really focusing on my kids and get my daughters right.
Yeah.
And during that time, there was another restaurant opened up probably about half mile down the road, bro.
Yeah, I take my hat off to you, man, and I give you a lot of respect, because when that whole thing went down, I told you, sorry for your loss on Facebook. I really wanted to call you, but I'm like, I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
So many people are calling you, and
That's
what
what
I mean.
you say. You know
It's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of stuff, and what am I going to say? You
What
know what I
is,
mean?
like,
It was
yeah.
just because I'm really good friends with you for years, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, we'll get to that point.
Yeah.
But I see you at the three girls, man, and I see you holding it down. I follow you on Facebook. Everything you put
Yeah.
up, I see.
Yeah.
And man,
But you have to though.
But you even though people are like, I don't know how you do that. When you get put in a situation like that, you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just natural instincts, and I could see you do excellent job with those girls, man.
Plus, I kind of feel like, I personally think just in life in general, bro, everything happens for a reason in life.
That's true.
The whole universe just kind of happens together like that,
Yeah.
Like for 2 years prior to my wife passing, I stopped drinking, bro. I sobered up. Do you listen to Andy Frisella?
Yeah, is that the guy that does the 40 or what's it called? The
70 hard.
70 hard, yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Did you do that?
No, not
About
yet.
to say,
Not yet. I want to get to that. See, I'm all about dedication, right?
How about this? When you do it, let me know and we'll do it together.
Yeah. But
Fuck it.
I want you to like literally start, because since we
No cheating.
no cheating, right? But literally, since you're gonna love this guy, bro. Andy Frisella,
No, I follow him.
his podcast and everything he does is like life changing for me.
Mhm.
So in 2021, I stopped drinking. I went to New York City, and when I came back from New York City, I just gave up alcohol pretty much.
Yeah.
And I start working on my mind, my body, and really like creating this like mindset of like I have no options but to get shit done.
Mhm.
Like a lot of times in life, like you always listen to the other voice that tells you that you can't do something, or
Mhm.
like I had this mindset that like I can do what I put my mind to, and there is no option. Like you're gonna get through this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So it's crazy because when my wife passed, like I was already, it was like I wasn't preparing.
Yeah.
Like
Came out of nowhere. It wasn't
myself.
something that you were
I was preparing.
expecting.
Like I was preparing to have this mindset. Like I'm gonna get through this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that was the one thing that I hung on to. Is like there is no option B, bro.
Yeah,
This
probably
is your option. You're gonna grind out through this. You're gonna get through. You're gonna figure it out. And for me, just like everything in my whole entire life, this is like a blessing and a curse for me. Is that I handle everything like business, bro.
Mhm.
So when I was faced with that challenge, and like really that that trauma, I looked at it as like this is just another business that I got to pick up.
Yeah.
And fatherhood to me, dude, is my everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's my first love business. You know what I'm saying? Like I love grinding out. If you come to my house, bro, my 3 daughters, dude, they already know. Like we create structure. We have a big ass whiteboard. We write down our goals, what we want to do, what we want to eat,
The
how
oldest
we're gonna
one
get
is
through
how
the day.
old?
She's 13.
Yeah.
So 3
okay.
daughters, 10, 12, and 13.
Okay.
Yep. And I just kind of picked up where me and my wife left off at with it. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like running. If you think about it, like when you were younger and you had like a day job, right?
Mhm.
I remember like manager's not there no more. You're still gonna continue doing the tasks that you were doing.
Yeah.
Because you got to pick up. You still got to do get shit done. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Your
saying?
mental toughness is level 10 now.
You have to.
And did you think this, like stuff that stresses you out in business and life? You know what I mean? That you were really stressed out about, and then something major happens that's like huge.
Yeah.
You start thinking like all that stuff, man, was nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
The petty shit.
it always could be worse though. No matter how bad it is,
Yeah.
it could be 10 times worse.
Could
Did
be,
that
yeah.
put your mental toughness, level up a lot? Did it like change you when it comes down to
Oh, for sure.
stressing out about things and stuff like that?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like I don't. It almost gives me like a mindset like I don't give a shit about other than what I got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like you don't worry about the petty shit. It's all gonna come through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can tell you right now, I feel like right now where I'm at, like I'm the storm. I went through the storm, bro. Now we're at a calmness, and we're about to like really launch what I've been always wanting to do.
Beautiful.
So after I get back to work within like probably like 6 months of my wife passing, I was there, of course, but I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like it's like let's say God forbid something would happen. You used to be in the shop making sure the shit's getting taken care of, but you're not there mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like you're taking care of the kids and you're just figuring out life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to business, like it has to continue because you can't go get a day job.
Yeah.
I can't go work for no one right now.
Exactly.
Who's gonna take care of my kids? I'm working for
the
somebody.
bills are not going to stop coming.
The bills are not gonna stop coming.
Those guys don't care about our problems,
Right.
So you had to figure it out, and you did.
Yeah. So then this restaurant came through.
Mhm.
They opened up in April of 2022. I'm sorry, 23, and it just pretty much it cut me off the neck.
Mhm.
All my customer base left. They all went down. I mean, these guys had like 30 years under the belt, 30 years in the business, and they, they had good food.
Yeah.
It was just bad timing, bro.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
So I get back to the drawing board. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should get away from the Mexican food stuff. They got it covered down the road, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got to do something different on my side because we have this thing, and you hear it all the time. Authentic Mexican restaurant. What is that? It's an opinion. Like, just a lot of like say about, oh, I'm looking for some authentic food. Dude, I'm never going to be authentic Mexican. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure we can have a whole podcast just on this itself.
Yeah.
Like, they might look at you like, oh yeah, you're Mexican, but you're not really Mexican. Like, come on, man. You know who I am? I'm Miguel, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool. I bring good energy to the table. I'm unique. I'm creative. Why are you trying to label me as being authentic or non-authentic? All this other horse shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get away. I wanted to get away from that stuff, and I want to launch something on my own. And that's why I decided to take what was working at Cilantro and just add on my own spice.
Yeah.
So I got my liquor license probably like 2 years ago. And then we're pretty much just going to be doing, like I said, doing the food truck stuff. I have a whole game room going in, just relaunching the menu. I don't really want to be known as a Mexican restaurant anymore.
I have a thing, tell you the truth, man. And I don't know how you feel about this, but if I go to a Mexican restaurant, like Cilantro, if I go there, and there's not Mexicans making my food, I feel some sort of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you feel that way too when it comes down to that? I know it's
I
know that I'm not saying white people or anybody else can't cook bomb-ass Mexican food. I just don't feel that it's authentic for some reason. When it comes down to Mexican food, not other types of food, it is what it is, But how do you feel about that?
Well, the thing for me is that, like, if the food is good, the food's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like,
if I don't know, I ain't gonna know. They'll be in the back.
Because I feel like I mean, I've been dealing with this since I've been growing up, bro. Like, oh yeah, you're not really Mexican.
You're
no.
Mexican.
Come on, man.
Why aren't you Mexican? Because you're not.
Because what? Because I speak
you weren't
English. Because I wasn't born here.
Now you're Chicano.
And then I go to Mexico. They're like, oh yeah, you're a gringo, whatever, man. I don't know. You know what? I don't want to be labeled no more.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with it. But to answer your question, bro,
there's people that say that about you,
bro. Like,
I don't get it.
It's just wild, dude. It's just wild.
I wouldn't want to talk to those guys anyway.
Especially like at the time, during everything was going on, like they launched some articles on me in the newspaper, and they were doing articles about like my Mexican restaurant, things like that. And then like just people bash me on Facebook and shit. Oh, he's not authentic. He's what's authentic to you? What I mean,
I don't understand that.
I don't understand it, bro.
You have to explain that to me after the podcast, because we could take a lot of time with that. But I want to understand how the hell you're not Mexican, like authentic.
Well, the crazy thing to me is like when
must be blind or something.
I don't know. I don't
go
know.
ahead.
It was not something I wanted to go to the battle for. Like, so I said, okay, that's fine. I'm not an authentic Mexican restaurant, quote unquote, right? Let's just do this. I won't be eating Mexican food no more. I'll just sell what I want to sell. Mexican sandwiches. I'm gonna have some cool names for them and have fun with it, and then add on my other stuff because I feel like it's me.
But
like,
I want to know.
Like, hold on, let me pause.
Yeah.
So the Mexican restaurant idea is my father's.
Yeah.
It's not mine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, now what I'm about to launch is gonna be me. It's gonna be a piece of Miguel energy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? When you come in that boy, dude, I'm gonna show you some pictures, bro, and you're gonna be
I'm
like,
gonna come down there.
You'll be like, this
haven't come down.
It's so unique. It's like nothing you've ever experienced before. Like I said, it's part of the food truck industry that I love, because the food truck industry to me, okay, let's get to this. Restaurant industry to me is boring as fuck, bro. You go to a restaurant, when's the last time you went to a restaurant?
A couple days ago.
Where'd you go?
I can't remember right now.
Wherever you went, what did they say? Hi, welcome to
Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Welcome to Limitless. What are you drinking today? Okay, I'll be right back. Get your drinks. What do you guys want to order? It's not fun, bro. It's boring to me.
Yeah.
It's boring. It's played out. It's ran its course. Then what happens is when COVID hit with the food truck industry, there's more excitement with the food trucks. Like I love the food truck. The food truck experience to me is it's rocker, dude. You can see the dude cooking, like, hey, what's going on, man? What can we get you today? Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like your shoes, bro. Blah blah. You're talking one-on-one with the cook. It's a different experience, bro. So I literally figured a way out how to like bring that inside of a restaurant location. So like I said, it's gonna be called Off the Rails. I feel like I'm having a little crazy moment in my life right now. We try and get back on track with things, and now it's time to do it my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have a lot of creative things in the place, a lot of music theme stuff.
Bro, I just came up with the bomb ass idea in my head.
Tell me.
You're talking about something unique that nobody has done before. Think about this. You show up to your restaurant, right? And you guys have midgets with sombreros dressed like a mariachi, right?
This guy.
And that's who greets you that's my waiter. Bro, if you have that, I'll come for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro. You know what I mean?
So ideally what my deal was, not midgets, but was to have a
little
place.
Little people. Yeah, go ahead.
Is to have a place where my daughters want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was my whole intent. Being a single dad, bro, raise my daughters. They're gonna have to be there in the business, and I don't want them to be bored. I don't want them to be bored. Like, oh, I hate going there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how can I make it fun? Do I have board games going in? I have game rooms. I have a claw machine already in there. I have like just different gaming systems, pool tables. Yeah. You have something for everyone. I got TVs in there now, so if you want to watch sports. And my sign says this. It says Off the Rails, food trucks, bar, and fun. I look at fun as like it can mean anything. So my idea was let me put the word fun and actually give someone what fun looks like to them. Maybe it's watching sports or watching a fight or listen to the jukebox. I have a jukebox in there now, or listen to the DJ or play music trivia or have live music or have a game room. Or play some Uno cards when you walk in. It's different. It's unique. The experience is going to be like no other, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's me. It's who represents me.
Yeah,
like,
you got a business like that, you could, the sky's the limit with your creativity.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
You don't stop here.
Because the restaurant business to me is boring. So now when you walk in, like you and Carmen come in, hey, I'm going to hit the food truck. I'm going to go get some tacos, or I'm going to get myself a fucking Philly steak burger with some bomb-ass fries. And you go get us a cocktail over there. I got a full bar service.
You got horchata?
No horchata, no.
Okay.
No. Once again, my market, bro. You gotta remember where I'm coming from, you know? So the 2 food trucks running, I have 2 different options of food trucks. That we rotate through the food. And then eventually I have a food truck on the outside, maybe selling ribs or lobster or whatever I want outside. 2 food trucks on the inside. People come in, just do different stuff.
That's
and you're
tight.
right there one-on-one with the cook, talking to them. Like,
Yeah, I've never seen nothing like that before.
my team, when it comes to hiring people, like, I don't just hire people just to be a body, bro. Like, I hire people that can communicate, talk, engage with my customers because they're a representation of me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that is going to set us apart, bro. Because no one's doing it. And I'll tell you one thing. I'll keep coming down river, bro, because there's loyalty here. Like, you might not see that because you have your customer bases here. But when you remove yourself and put another business somewhere else, you see that downriver peeps, bro, they're loyal. They're loyal as fuck.
Yeah.
My people from downriver, I got nothing but love for them. And I keep coming back here and they keep showing up. So I got to make it cool enough for them to make the drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, Cabela's and Dundee is a beautiful place to even come to, bring your family.
It's right down the street, right?
It's right down the street.
Okay.
They have a whole downtown area, things like that. But it's also a smaller community, you know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like people should experience just different stuff, you know what I'm saying? And in downriver, there's so much happening down here. And I don't know, I want to call all my downriver peeps out there to like continue to support me like they've been doing.
Yeah. Would you open up another location down this way?
Eventually, yeah, once I get this one going.
Yeah, for sure. How long have you been open now?
Okay, so I end up closing my doors early April, and I renovated the whole place by myself, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Did all the like
everything,
walls
bro.
and everything like that.
So the thing is, like, I don't have any capital. I don't have any investors. I don't have, access to money. It's about my hustle, bro. So when I need to go buy paneling or get something installed or a piece of equipment, like, all right, hit up these gigs, get on a taco truck, and see what we can do, bro.
Yeah.
And that's how we've been playing week by week. You know what I'm
probably
saying?
get a lot of business like through your clients there for your DJing gig too. Everybody knows you're a DJ, right?
Yeah, for sure. But also something that I took over that I don't want to talk about too much. I actually oversee the bar services. So let me recap my businesses right now, okay? So I have Cilantro Taco Trailer that we've been doing. I rebranded as Cilantro Taco Trailer because there's a huge market in that for the food truck stuff. Because I go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just in this area. Like, we were out in St. Clair Shores yesterday, bro.
Okay.
So like, we're all over the place. So we have that. We also have our DJ services, photo booth services, and then we have Cilantro Off the Rails. And I also have Cilantro on the Rocks. And what that is I have a 1975
Those
mobile.
separate businesses?
Yeah, they're all separate, but they all combine
Yeah, of course.
because we can do everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I have a mobile bar license as well. So what that allows me to do is do weddings, do stuff in the backyard. If you're having like a backyard gathering, we pretty much show up in our little trailer that we have. We pop the window open and we can serve alcohol out of there.
Ah, cool.
So we have certified licensed bartenders. And then the last thing I've been like working on in the last probably year or so is I oversee a venue of 3. We have a venue in Dundee called the Old Mill, and it's a old school venue that was donated to the village by Henry Ford.
Okay.
And it holds up to 300 people.
Dang.
So I oversee the bar services there too.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much moving into the bar stuff because once again, it's part of, dude, how me, bro.
Yeah.
Stop and lounge, baby. At the bar. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the bar business very well.
Yeah.
So like, it's just really going into this year is really focusing on the bar stuff
Okay.
and like really connecting all these pieces together. You
Yeah,
know?
I got a question. So, are you know how you said you have your liquor license? Can
Yeah.
you actually sell liquor out of the food truck?
No.
No?
No.
So, what's the rules there?
So
'Cause I've never seen nothing like
so
it.
you can't do any hand-to-hand sales with alcohol.
Okay.
It has to be a the reason why it has to be a confined area. So if you think about it, like how many times we used to party in Wyandotte and then they have like maybe the little parking lot open. Do you remember they used to rope it off with like caution tape?
Yeah.
And then the 5-0 stand outside. You can't be coming outside this
Yeah,
area.
I got Carnival down there right now.
Right. So they can do that and they have a special license that they rope off that area, but it's confined area. If you move into the mobile stuff, you're not going to be able to like just sell. I can't pull up some margaritas out of my truck. Like there's no license for that.
Okay.
So the mobile license I'm talking about is actually catering license. So it's all catering events.
Okay.
So you pretty much do a wedding and then you can go there and serve alcohol from there.
Oh, okay.
But see, the nice thing is, I kind of took my experience with my food truck and then bought an old Pepsi trailer. It's a 1975 old school Pepsi trailer, like rock solid steel, and all three windows open. So we'd be doing bar service out of there as well.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
And then now I have a home base that's also linked to the bar stuff, and it's, dude, I just love the bar experience. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Think about it. How many times you sit at the bar, sit there, even if you're not drinking, bro, just having a conversation, socializing, just talking about what's going on. Like we were talking about earlier about little politic conversation. Maybe you should talk politics in the bar, but also it happens though. This is how we
run from it.
This is how we interact as a society, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at all the old school Western movies, bro. They're in the saloons and shit, hanging out. This is how you make business deals and make connections and like build your network is in these bars, bro.
Yeah.
So there's something about the bar scene that I just love. And it's about that connection piece and about how many people, dude, everyone in my inner circle right now, I'm all stuttering and shit. In my inner circle right now, if I go through my contacts, bro, everyone I know is from the bar.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Makes sense.
It
makes sense.
So the bar scene is not live out there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you this. Hey, Monroe County, your bar scene is dead. Just so you know. The bar scene out there is whack. They're boring. There's a couple cool bars coming up.
Clam Diggers.
Clam Diggers is a cool spot.
I've never been there, but I always hear things.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. They have this potato pizza.
I knew that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, bro. They're famous for that.
I'll try it, but I don't know. It sounds kind of disgusting.
Oh, it's great. It has bacon on it. Mashed potato pizza with sour cream and all that shit, bro. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it one day, but
yeah. So like, there's just no energy out there, and I see an opportunity to really bring some cool stuff in, family oriented, somewhere where you can bring your family, bring your friends, and have fun when
Yeah, it's right on like the water. Can't you pull up your boat to that
the Clam Diggers, yeah.
Yeah. That's like probably the biggest bar there, right, in Monroe.
No,
that's the only one I ever hear about.
I mean, there's like Pete's Garage, just a couple other ones. This new bar just came in. It's called the Dive Bar, smaller joint.
Bro, and I'm glad I thought of this just now. I can't believe the amount of people that tell me to go to that restaurant that's in Monroe called Eureka Eatery.
Yeah. So out of a gas station.
That's the thing that kills me. The fact that it's in a gas station.
Yeah.
And I know people from here, my clients that drive down there, and I'm thinking, what did those guys do to become so popping like that?
You put love in their food, bro. To be honest with you, they put love in their food.
They have to.
Yeah, they're their menu's creative. It's different.
About it to this day.
It's creative. It's unique. It's different, bro. Like everything they've done, and like I mean, they've been there for a couple of years now. I don't know, about 5 years at least.
What is their main like dish that people go there for? Is there something like a chicken sandwich I heard?
It's chicken sandwich. Yeah, some spicy chicken sandwiches popping.
Yeah, I gotta go try that out one day.
Yeah, for sure.
It's right there in the gas station. People go crazy about that. Like I hear about it here. Like it's like around the corner.
Yeah,
that's how people talk about it. To this day, people still bring it up. And I found out how far away it is. I said, hell no, man. People go all the way down there for that. Sure. And then when I found out it was in a gas station, that's when I was like, all right, now this shit's kind of
You know what I can say from them that I've seen in them that I haven't seen in anyone else in the Monroe County area or even Wayne County area is their marketing's on point, bro. Their marketing's on point. They do great reels. They really have like professional grade stuff that they're marketing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times that's why they seem bigger than what they are. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I respect them. 100%.
Yeah, so that's why that's what I've been trying to do more of. I'm surprised. Like one thing you probably seen is like I did a lot of live videos when I was really on the road.
Yeah,
and I kind of went away from that because I want to really focus in on the products and services that I offer and like really be a little more professional when it comes to my content.
Yeah,
you know
I was listening to a few of those.
Yeah, and the live stuff, dude. I just threw the camera on and jumped on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like to keep it professional and like get my customer base out to see me, like it has to be a little more thought into it.
Yeah.
But Eureka has that though, bro. Yeah. If you've seen the reels or the commercials or like any snippets, I'll send some to you.
All word of mouth.
And when I look at it, I was like, damn, you would think this guy has like a whole brick and mortar things like that, or but they're really doing really good with that.
Do you have any clue how they come up with the name Eureka? Because when I first heard that, I thought it was on Eureka because Eureka's right here. But you have no idea?
No idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and ask some questions because I'm curious.
For sure, man. Like so, I haven't been in there in a couple of years, but I remember that when they launched, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing their content come out more and more, and yeah, man, it's about all this Instagram stuff coming out that's really gonna set us apart. You know.
Yeah.
So I've been just trying to do more reels and stuff to really promote my business.
Yeah.
And just drive people to come out there and see me, man.
Yeah, I was checking out your videos when you first moved down that way, and I seen that you're like on the John Deere, man. Cutting
Yeah.
grass. How much property you
We
got?
have about almost 5 acres.
Yeah, how long does that take you to cut?
Right now I'm down to about 2 hours and 45
Looking
minutes.
like old McDonald that day,
Yeah, I got
man.
I got a big
You
ass
did.
straw hat.
Yeah, you get some overalls on and shit.
I had some overalls
Hey, if
on.
you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You guys grow any like, you don't
No,
grow
I
any
don't-
tomatoes or anything like that?
No, I don't have time.
No.
No.
My wife, she's growing some now. In the
Yeah, I mean, if
backyard.
I had
That
time,
comes
I would love to like live off my land. Eventually, I would love to.
go hunting.
No.
I'm
I do
gonna
hunt, but
do
down
that.
over there.
I'm gonna do it for the first time this year.
Are you?
Yeah, I've never
It's a cool
done
experience.
it, but there goes the thing, man. There's things that I would never try out because I think it's boring and it's stupid. But golf, never in a million years. I said I hate golf. How do you guys freaking chase around a ball?
Yeah.
It looks like torture.
Yeah.
And people in my family do it, and
Yeah.
I would never. And then I just stopped being hard headed, man. And one day my boy took me out. He goes,
Yeah.
hit the ball, man. I was like, I'm not doing it,
Huh?
man. I wish I would have tried it. So hunting,
Yeah.
I might be the same thing, get out there because I got a big mouth. I talk a lot. How the fuck's a deer gonna come towards me?
Hey, I tell you, bro. Yeah.
Hey, you're supposed to be quiet out there in the
Yeah,
freaking
yeah,
tree, right?
Yeah.
So how is a deer gonna come, in my direction when
Yeah.
I am the way I am? But now that I'm older, man, I might be able to chill a little bit more.
You got to experience it, bro.
My
Like,
son
what-
wants to go. Vic wants to go.
Yeah, man. Take him. How many kids you got?
4.
4. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Vic, man, he's right now he's in Myrtle Beach with his friend,
Oh,
his
sweet.
friend's family. But my uncles and my cousins, they go hunting, and they asked Vic when he was like 3 years old. He said, "You want to go?" I said, "Yeah." He wants to go hunting. I said, "Hey Vic, man," I said, why you want to go hunting, man?" He goes, "I hate deers."
He said, "I hate deer." No, I've been actually.
He said, I said, no. So why you want to kill deers? He goes, I hate deers. So we still bring that up to this day.
No,
man.
it's great. I actually started hunting, and I want to say about 2012 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got one?
Nope, not
You
yet.
shot you a buck, bro?
No, I shot at about a couple of them though.
Yeah.
But it's missed, bro. I'm not a good shot, But
It ran?
the thing with me is it's all about camaraderie when you go out there.
Yeah.
And we eat good out there.
Drinking and shit.
Just hanging out, eating some good chili, you know what I'm saying? And for me, the best thing ever when you go hunting is just really seeing the forest wake up, dude.
It's freezing out there, too.
When you
that.
going?
Well, whenever it's deer hunting season,
Is it-
it's
you-
cold as hell.
So you're gonna go bow hunting or rifle hunting?
Rifle.
Rifle, yeah.
Maybe I'll go bow.
So yeah, it's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
November 15th.
Yeah.
So the nice thing is when you
Gotta
get
get
out
a
there,
license.
watch the forest wake up, bro. The birds start chirping. It's just peaceful, bro.
Yeah.
It's peaceful.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I said I was gonna go the last year, but I didn't really make it, man. So I'm gonna go this year.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll go together. What you use? 12 gauge?
I
30,
use
30?
30, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shotguns is too much, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, shotgun is, you got to be a little bit closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With rifle, at least I can go out a little farther on it.
Do you think your daughters would go? Any of them? Maybe
nah.
one?
No,
I know it's more for boys, but some
it's-
say my one boy takes his daughter, but he doesn't
Yeah.
have any sons, just like you don't have a son.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
how does that work?
I never really asked them. You know what I'm saying?
No,
don't
girls. A lot of girls ain't trying to do that.
Yeah. They're not really like tomboyish, bro.
You got one that's maybe like would be considered a tomboy compared to the other two, or are they all girly?
They're all like real kind of girly. Bro.
That's cool.
They all got their own personalities, but at the end of the day, bro, like they're not like,
What's
I
the
don't know.
youngest one? How old is the youngest one?
She's 10.
10.
Yeah, 10.
Okay. Yeah, my son just turned 11 2 days ago, and then my oldest daughter, she turned 18 the next day. So
Wow.
birthday's the 6th and the 7th.
Wow.
And she was born in 2006. So if she would have been born on Vic's birthday, it would have been 6606.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Awesome,
right?
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, being a father is the best thing ever, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
really just instilling in them. I want to take them hunting because I want them to experience things and I want them to know that it's going to be something they might enjoy doing. I take them down through Detroit sometimes, driving around. I went to Chicago with them. Since my wife's passed, I'm trying to like get them in different situations and different experiences that I didn't have coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we just hung out at bars when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I can only imagine, it's really rough on the girls and you, of course.
yeah, man.
And, I send my condolences, of course, when it first happened. But I never really asked you, what happened.
Yeah, so she had some heart issues,
Okay.
and it was just weird, bro. It was just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember
She
like
was
when
with
it first
she was
happened.
with a couple of her friends.
Yeah.
My daughters were home with her, and she had a couple of friends at the house.
Mhm.
And you know, she just her heart stopped beating, and she collapsed. And then CPR was performed, and you know, unfortunately, like they got her back, but
Yeah, for like a day, right, or something like that.
well, what happened was
So I was following the situation when it happened.
they got her back, and the ambulance came, and they were trying to stabilize her at the house.
Yeah.
And then when they moved her to the hospital, and almost like there was like no brain activity, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy, like just being in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because
I can only imagine.
you know you don't. It's all like you're horrible. It's like a horrible fucking movie you're in. To be honest with you, like I remember just sitting there like this can't be going on right now.
You weren't expecting it.
No, you know. So it was nuts, bro.
So they labeled it as like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like the heart rhythm. So your heart beats at a certain pace, and for some reason it skips a beat or doesn't get back on pace.
Yeah.
To get it back, like she went with oxygen for like 15 seconds, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, it just couldn't get her stabilized again.
Yeah.
And like, you know, those are decisions that I don't
wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy.
anybody, bro.
Yeah.
You know, anybody.
So she had since she was little, she had problems with her heart,
No,
basically,
no.
or something that came about as an
Dude,
adult.
like literally just happened, bro.
Oh, so you okay? I
Like
was
there was
thinking
not like a like medical history, nothing. Like it was just really like a crazy out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
It's just it was probably the most hardest thing I've had to do, you know, as an adult or in my life. I mean, because now you know you really try to stay positive for your daughters and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I can see you're doing a very good job at that.
You know, for me,
Best you can.
The whole thing was I never want my children to be scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as a father, you can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I remember just telling them like, hey, listen, guys, you know, you can be angry and sad, but I don't want you to be scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's, you know, just thinking about it is like it's crazy. You know,
Just makes you understand that.
Plus, like
things could happen. You know,
more than anything, as a father, you jump in that situation where you have to take control of what you can take control of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I told myself, I remember sitting in the hospital, I'm like, no one's going to talk to my daughters but me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know my daughters and how I need to communicate with them,
like
and
giving them the news and talking to them about the situation.
But also, the hardest thing is being honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
This is being honest with them.
Of course.
You can't just be like, yeah, she's all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it as, how I say this, like I tried to really put thought into everything I do in my life, and in that situation, like I wanted them to remember like the good times with mom, and not like these, you know, what was going on.
Of course.
So I remember thinking to myself, they're going to remember every single part of this day. So I remember telling myself that I need to make it, you know, as smooth as possible and also be honest with them. So I end up, we were at the hospital, I remember, in Toledo, and I go to grab a blanket and I fold this like sheet up and I grab some money out of my wallet. And then my mother-in-law was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to go talk to my daughters, you know. Like it's for me to talk to them, no one else. I'm their parent. I'm their father. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be something I have to do as a man, you know?
Yeah.
So I grabbed some money out of my wallet. I'm like, all right, come on, girls. Let's go on an adventure. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, let's go on an adventure, you know? Like, we need some snacks before we go out there, though. So let's go do some lunch. We're kind of hungry. Hit the vending machines up, put some money in the machines, and got some snacks and went out there, laid a blanket down, and we just kind of ate out there together, you know, as a family. Yeah. And I looked at them, and I was like, I'm gonna, you know, tell you the hardest thing I can ever possibly tell you guys. And I'm like, but I don't think that mom's gonna make it out of this hospital alive, you know. I don't think mom's gonna make it out of this hospital, and I think that things aren't looking good, you know. And that was the first time I told him. I said, but you know, my God is good. My God takes care of me. He always has been. He's always he's always making sure that we're okay. And I said, I don't want you guys to worry, and I don't want you guys to feel like you have anything to be scared of, because that's the worst feeling, bro.
Yeah, of course.
And like coming through that, and like going through therapy, and like just waking up in the middle of the night, just having like fucking like flashbacks. Like I actually have PTSD from this, bro.
Of course.
And I don't talk about it much. It's very private, I'm opening up with you, but like I have PTSD from it, and like, dude, I would wake up like sweating, can't get my mind racing, and like fucks you up. It's scared. The scary feeling is the worst. Scary, bro. Like you've been through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's an emotion that like sometimes can be uncontrollable.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing with them, is like not to be scared. And I want to be honest with them. So we of course I would tell you something, bro. Like I had a guardian angel with me for 2 weeks when everything was going on, because I found words to express to my daughters on how to communicate with them effectively, and like maybe to give them some kind of comfort, or said comfort things to them where I couldn't have done this on my own, bro.
Yeah.
Without having a higher power over me.
You had an angel with you, guiding you at the time.
For sure, 1000%.
Because you needed it the most right there.
For sure. Yeah, and I felt I felt some presence over me to communicate what was going on, and effectively, and for them to feel like, hey, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I told them this, bro. I said to them, the next 3 weeks, you're going to have so much outpouring of love, and all these people are going to come over and see you. Mm-hmm. And you're going to feel amazing. And you're going to feel like, oh yeah, this person's going to be there for us. They're going to give us this. I said, but let me tell you something, girls. Because I've been through this before, bro, with my cousins that passed away. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be us. It's going to be me. It's going to be you, and you.
Yep.
And we're a team in this. I'm like, and mom's going to be with us on a different level, though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, after that, good cry, we kind of like, got ourselves kind of back together. And then, really went back in there with my wife and just kind of, see what was going on with the doctors and everything. And we had a lot of hope, and we were trying to figure things out for the week. So she ended up, there was no progression with the situation at all. Mm-hmm. So, you just got to make these life.
So you're the one that had to make the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Like me and her parents, just like anything in business, like I said earlier, bro, everything's a business, right? Mm-hmm. These hospital bros, they're all business. Mm-hmm. So I will tell you something. My ask for you is, on your license, you're going to see a little thing that says donor.
Yeah, I did that already.
Yeah. Yep. So take it off.
Oh, take it off.
Yeah. And I say that because my wife was a donor, and I'm a donor on my license right now too.
Yeah. So
right now I'm talking as a hypocrite. Mm-hmm. But when my license renews up in next year, I'm going to take that off.
Okay.
Because it gives the power of attorney to my wife, who couldn't speak on her own, who was not responsive, and at this point, like, you have to question yourself: were they doing everything in their power to like revive her back?
Yeah.
Were they doing everything in their power to like get her back? Yeah. Or were they more concerned about the business of the organs and like how that works and like how much money? Do you know how much money, dude? I don't know the math on this, and I don't want to know because it probably pissed me off even more. Yeah. But like, I wonder how much money you would make off of a heart transplant or things like that. It's sick money, bro.
Yeah.
It's sick money. And like, now I feel like I'm wearing a tin hat sometimes when I talk about this. But like, at the end of the day, take it off donor. Like I told her parents, I said she's going to be able to donate no matter what. Yep. I'm like, but give your spouse or your family member or someone who can't speak for you in your best interest the opportunity to, because when you put that on your license, bro, that it's obsolete.
Yeah,
like you literally just giving the power of attorney right to the hospital.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that because you said it's a business. And to take it off. And during COVID, they were marking everybody a COVID death, even though there wasn't a COVID death. So they can make, because they were making money. So what you just said right there is relevant.
Think about the health industry, bro. Like, it's sick money in it.
Yeah. So
and there's a lot of cricket shit.
Yeah, like my grandma, she fell down the steps during COVID. She wouldn't wear no mask. She was like, fuck that mask, And she was like, had Alzheimer's, and she was having a really rough time around that time, and she fell down the steps. and they rushed her to the hospital, and she caught COVID in the hospital, supposedly, right? Well, they marked her down that she died from COVID amongst a bunch of other people. And that pissed me off, because she didn't die from COVID. She fell down the steps and she was already having her issues. She had underlying issues. But the fact that I found out that they were marking them down as COVID death so they could make money, they got a certain amount of money. That's fucked up. That's messed up.
Yeah. Now I can't. Now, just to be clear, I don't know if that was happening or not, but I can tell you one thing. Like, I didn't feel like there was any urgency there when we're in the hospital. Like, okay, do we have any? What do we do next?
Yeah.
Like, what's the process like? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was almost like they were just waiting for me to fold.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was I was fighting these fucking doctors, bro. I was like, hey, can we run more tests? Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we try this? Can we do this? And like, they were trying to put her okay, so since she had that iron license, she had her own power of attorney is her. Once again, unresponsive, can't speak, nothing like that. They were trying to run some tests on her to declare her like her brain wasn't working. And when they declare her that her brain does not work, they pretty much have the power of attorney to disconnect all machines and really stop any kind of treatment going on.
Yeah. Now,
my concern was that you're showing me results from Sunday when we're already at Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Well, what they ended up doing was they're like, well, we're gonna have a meeting tomorrow. If you guys can come at 3:00, we'll tell you. We'll run more tests and we'll see what the results are, things like that. They asked what I wanted them to do, but I had to fight with them constantly. Now, it all goes back to what we were talking about earlier, bro. Like with life, dude, I have a huge network. I know doctors, I know nurses, I know people in this industry. They're telling me how to get things done. You know what I'm saying? So they end up pulling me into like this big corporate office on Friday, and they pretty much like almost gave me an ultimatum. Like, this is what's going to happen, because they put me into a room with lawyers, with people from the billing team, medical team, things like that. And there was about 12 different doctors in there and insurance people, and they didn't want to pay for it no more.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, dude? Her birthday's today. It's not going forward. So give me the weekend. I said, let me get the weekend to talk to my daughters, because I wanted to make sure I dotted my I's, crossed my T's when it came to that situation, because it's something that you can't ever relive back, and you never want to have any regrets.
Yeah.
So I ended up talking to my daughters the next day, and like, was really honest with them about things. And, from there, bro, we just...
People don't have a lot of trust in the hospitals.
No.
Like they did after everything we just went through. Like, for example, people that are hurt from the vaccine, there's a lot of people, you won't hear about it.
Yeah.
And they'll argue with you about it, and it's like this person that wasn't like this before, and now they are,
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of different stories, and they want to push it to the side because it's a business, just like you said.
Business, yeah.
And
I mean, bro, you can go to get a lottery. They were giving lottery tickets out for COVID vaccines in Ohio and shit.
Bro,
I'm like,
donuts.
Okay, something's wrong. When you go through McDonald's drive-thru and get a vaccine, where you want to supersize in a vaccine shot, all right, well, I'm here. Yeah. Even my wife was the same way, bro. We never really trusted that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, just do yourself a favor.
So you didn't take it?
No.
Okay.
No. Myself, no. Personally, once again, I didn't know enough about it, and it seemed a little too quick for me to be like popping off, doing stuff like that. And I just feel like, dude, I never got COVID or nothing.
Near did I.
I never got COVID, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think I had it. You know what I'm saying? I never felt ill or nothing. I always felt healthy through the process. Man. See, I wore the mask for my customers so they feel comfortable with me. But it was. I felt like it was a lot of political stuff driven, and like I don't really get in politics like that. I tell my customers, if you want me to wear a mask, I'll wear a mask as long as you're going to buy some tacos from me.
Yeah, right. Man, I wish we would have went into this direction in the very beginning. Well, not in the very beginning, but earlier, because we're running out of time.
Yeah, I had to come back, bro. I had to come back. It's a whole thing.
We're going to have to continue off right there.
Yeah.
On the next one.
Listen, you're going to come to my podcast room, my studio, bro.
When are you going to get started?
I'm almost done with it. So my podcast is in my bar, actually. Okay. So my idea is, if like we have a cool conversation at the bar, I'm like, hey, bro, let's do a podcast real quick. Come on in my studio. Like, literally, my studio is right there.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because a lot of people, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah.
But it's just like this. You're having a conversation with your client,
Yeah.
why not fucking put a camera?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, this is the reason I started doing this, because there's been people in my chair, and I'm like, after they leave, I'm like, damn, that was a bomb ass conversation,
For
man.
sure,
I wish
yeah.
other people could hear it.
Exactly. Yep.
But we're gonna go ahead, man, and
My ass though,
we're gonna wrap it up.
You know, from people who follow you, they can come check me out.
Yeah,
we're
tell
located
them,
in Dundee.
tell them where you're
so
at.
it's gonna be, it's called Off the Rails. We are in Dundee. It's 388 East Monroe. In Dundee, you can find us at Off the Rails, or also Cilantro Taco Trailer. We specialize in all your Mexican food. Still, we can bring it right to you, cater stuff, and also just come check out the food trucks, man.
And how do they get hold of you on social media?
On social media, it'll be at Off the Rails.
Yep.
Or at Cilantro Taco Trailer.
Yeah, most definitely.
So yeah, and hey, listen, I'm gonna say one thing. If you guys want to be entrepreneurs or you're interested in business, come talk to me or my man Jay. I mean, we want to help. We want to help other business people out and like really give back to you guys and really give you this is our story. You can do it. Just got to get out there and actually, like, you know, not listen to people sometimes. You know,
this podcast could be the start of something that me and you are going to be doing.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm all about, you know, getting the next future leaders out there. So
I really appreciate it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Coming on. And,
absolutely, man.
I'm gonna come on yours whenever you
Yeah.
call me to come by.
It's gonna be called the janitor closet.
Yeah,
we always clean up messes in life, baby.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Maybe I'll cut some people's hair and they can get a taco. We could fucking, there ain't been nothing like that.
Hey, they probably don't know what a fate is out there.
But
so,
we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
We out of here.
Thanks, guys.